It's really something to see. Well, if that's what you choose, you'll hear me preaching the blues. I got no opinion that hasn't been heard, but I don't change my decisions, and I stand by my word. Well, you should follow my cues when I'm preaching the blues. So outrageous for 5 minutes of fame. It seems it's contagious. You're all playing the game. While you're making the news, I'll be preaching the blues. You take a leave of your senses, I'm taking hold of my soul. You think I'm defenseless, but I'm still in control. Sit down in your pews, 'cause I'm preaching the blues.
Well, I'm very pleased. My guest this morning is Keith Thompson. Hello, Keith.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Fine. We've just played your track, Preaching the Blues. Tell us a bit about that.
Right. Well, it was originally on an album called Independence, recorded locally. And I've been playing that song live for years. Everybody seems to like it. It's a pretty much straightforward blues rock number that goes down well live. It's on the live album as well, the new live album called Up Close and Live. It's a song I actually co-wrote with a guy called John Broomall as well. So, yeah, it's a favourite.
You're not just big round here, you're actually quite big in Europe, and you've recently been to Poland.
Yeah, I would say that most of my work is in Europe, really, particularly Poland at the moment. I even have a Polish band that I use when I'm out there. It's like a parallel universe, really. I can be unknown in my own town, but over there, a little bit more well-known, and we do quite well.
So what's the secret then? Because you've been touring for over 30 years. That's what they call longevity. Tell us the secret.
Determination, I think. Optimism, determination, and just persistence, keeping going. It is all about the contacts you make. I signed to a European label probably around 25 years or so ago, and we made 3 albums on that label, which indeed got me out into Europe in the first place, touring, because it was in their interest. And one thing led to another, and I got introduced to guys from Poland, so went over to Poland, got a gig in Slovenia, met people from Croatia, then did tours in Croatia. So it's about who you meet along the journey, you know.
So, I mean, what got you into music in the first place?
I was 5 when I started playing, so I can't actually remember not playing at all.
Yes.
So it's just been part of my life. But I was age 14. In fact, it would be 50 years this year that I started getting paid for it. I was 14, started playing pubs and clubs locally while I was still at school. And it wasn't too long after that I went and did my first professional stint over in US Army bases in Germany. So 25 or so, 30 years maybe of full-time music in amongst other jobs that I had to do along the way.
And you're one of those that likes to reach out and work with lots of other people, both in terms of your band, but also performing alongside people like Mike Darbo, Steve Winwood. That's a local name for you.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it, really? No, I did get a chance to play with Steve a couple of times, just a local thing that he was doing, amongst lots of other good players as well. Ruby Turner was there, people from Island Records, where his old connection were there. But it was a few years ago now, but great experience. Mike Darbo I've recorded because I used to work as an engineer in a local studio in Breeden. And I met Mike through that because I was the engineer there and he was recording some songs. Yeah.
It's interesting to see what other people are doing, though, isn't it? And
fantastic!
You can pick up on things and sort of gestate ideas, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm like a sponge, really. People come along, even guitarists, you know, they'll come along and they'll do something. I think, do that again, and it's like that's the amazing thing about music is that somebody's always doing something that you didn't think of, and you can learn from, you know.
How's the sort of lockdown period been for you? We actually sort of introduced this feature because we're trying to boost local musicians a little bit because it's not been that easy a time.
Well, no, thanks. I mean, I was actually on tour. We just started a tour out in Poland. It was going to go to all kinds of places, but for about 2 months, we only managed 2 gigs before I had to escape, and I got the last plane back to England just before lockdown. And since then, obviously, income all dried up. So what was I going to do? So I did set up this little area in my home studio and did live streams, and I did recordings. I've got almost a whole album done, really, in the time. But, keeping myself occupied, but wondering what's going to happen, you know.
How would you describe your music?
It's blues rock, very British sounding blues rock, with maybe a slightly modern twist, original songs. So it's not churning out the same old, you know, hoochie coochie man kind of thing. It's original songs with a blues rock feel.
And you're still keeping up your enthusiasm?
I am trying to. I must confess that when I'm used to dealing with deadlines, so you know, I've got a tour coming up I have to prepare for, or I've got an album coming out that I have to prepare for. But when you've got nothing ahead that you can be sure of, then you have to find the motivation somewhere. And, you know, surprisingly, it's still there. The joy of doing it is the thing that just keeps me going, you know.
I mean, obviously, you've got still things in the pipeline, as you mentioned, and then the last album, Transcendence, as well. Yeah,
the last studio album was called Transcendence, partly recorded in Poland. And I did actually do 8 days in Poland just a few weeks ago. A little tour that we managed to cobble together, sort of social distanced gigs. Well, they were supposed to be. I'm not sure how they were managed, but they were maybe 50% down in numbers of attendance. But that was prior to now. The cases of COVID have gone through the roof even there. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen now.
So we're going to hear another track. Tell us about Blue on Blue.
Blue on Blue, yeah, it was just an idea of mine that, you know, Blue on Blue is when you get an accidental, in wartime or even peacetime, somebody accidentally drops a bomb on their own people or something. And it made me think about how it's the old adage, you always hurt the one you love, and you can have things you say you wish you hadn't said. Blue on Blue.
Back against the wall, I couldn't see for dust. Shooting around in all directions, my misconceptions, I'm breaking down the trust. Well, I've been thinking how things ought to be.